So now, as we had done the similar kind of, connecting with Power Automate or Power App, we are going to add over here as well a text element. Okay. Now over here, let me put this here and let me increase this, which is basically, giving me respond back from my ChatGPT API. Then let me add here one button. Okay, and let me change this to say get answer. Okay, and similarly I want to give here an input, so this will be acting like a prompt for me. Okay, so now whatever the user types in, if it clicks on the answer, this button will basically link my ChatGPT API with the bubble application that I'm creating, and here is where the output would be displayed, right? So what I basically want to do is I want to now link the API over here. Okay, so we have to basically go and create the plugin. Okay, so what we'll do is we will go to our plugins here, and if you remember, we had added this in the earlier video. We had installed this. Okay, if you have not done in that particular video, you can do it over here by going to add plugins and again select this API connector and get it installed, right? Now what are we going to do is over here we are going to add another API. So basically we are supposed to link the API. Okay, so we are going to give here the new API link. Okay, and let's say I'm going to give here, say, connector main. Authentication, I'm going to keep it as none. Okay, as of now, nothing to be given in the header or even the parameters for now. Just keep it the same. Okay, and over here we are going to call. So now here I basically want to use the name which I have already created, and that is, let's say, just give me a moment. The completion API. Okay, now over here I want to use this as not just data but action. Action means what? Whenever I click on the particular button, some action should happen. That is the reason I want to use here as action. And if I just show you over here, okay, now this is the API link which is there. It is the post method. I click on send just to test it. I receive here the output which would be the normal text, right? So over here I will select the data type as not JSON but text, and again here I'm going to change it from get to post, and I am going to give here the same Azure function link. And similarly, as of now, no headers to be added, but the body type over here will be in the raw format. Now this raw format is same that you have it over here. Okay, so you have to simply click this, copy this, paste it here, and let me change this. Say, why is Python programming important? Give me in less than 30 words. Okay, that's it. That's the thing I want to give it over here. And before you do anything, you have to initialize a call to this API. And great, I'm getting the output over here, but this is just a test output that I'm getting, right? So I have added the API. I have given here the parameters those were needed. Okay, and once this is done, the next thing that we are supposed to do is, actually we need to add here a workflow. Okay, Now, those who know Bubble would be understanding this very easily, but those for you who have never gone to Bubble and created any application, don't worry. This is the similar step that we had done in the Power Automate as well, or even Power Apps. Okay. So over here, we basically need to go and create a workflow. Okay. So I'm going in here for creating this. Okay. Now the scope of this is just to show you how can you connect Bubble with many other things. Okay. So the workflow here will be a similar example of that we have worked on with Power Automate. Okay. So it is nothing but a function that can basically, it will be executed when you click the button answer or get answer. Okay. Now, once you click there, what has to happen? That is what we are basically going to add over here. All right. So what we'll do is we'll go back over here. We'll go here for get answer button, and from here we'll go start or edit workflow. Okay, so it goes here, it says when the button get answer is clicked, what are you supposed to do next? So it's basically triggering some kind of an action over here. Okay, so you can just add the particular action. Okay, and you can just go into plugins and you can just say you want to call the connector main completion API. Okay, so not just this, what you can also do is you can also, let me just go in over here again. You can also like send somebody an email, you can go in for navigation and many more things available there. But in the step 1, I have selected that I want to call the particular API that I have created over here. Okay, so nothing has to be changed as of now. Okay, so it's only when you click this is going to get executed. No parameters have to be changed as of now. Body remains the same. It is just the default that we're going to keep it for now. Okay, now we need to add another action over here. Okay, because once we get the result, we want to show the result also on the label, right? So we'll go back here and we'll add another action. Let's go to element action over here and we select set state. Okay, now we are basically going to select the text element, right? So that is equivalent to a label over here. Okay, so we can just go in and we select here the text A. Okay, and the next thing we're going to go is create a new custom state. Let's say we can give here a custom state as the text AI and type is equal to a normal text. Okay, I say create. Now over here the next thing is we want the value of this to be the result of step 1. That is, whatever is the value or the result of this step 1 should be the value that is assigned over here. Okay, now if I go back to my design, the next thing that I want is I have clicked on the button, I am calling my API that I created, and I'm getting a particular response which I'm saving in a particular variable. But that value, I want to show it in this text A. Now over here, let me just show you this. If I change this, I make this, let's say, welcome to Bubble. That is what is getting printed over here. Or let's say I want to give here input, or let's say I can click on say insert dynamic data. I want input A's value to be given here. Okay, now let me just preview this quickly. Okay, input A is this particular value. Okay, say welcome to Python. As soon as I type this, the same text is appearing over here. Okay, because I have given here input A's value, but I don't want this to happen, right? Instead, what I want is I want to go for insert a dynamic data. I want to have there a particular value which I have basically created, right? and that is going to be, let's say, text is text AI. Okay, fine. Now this looks great. I'm going to go to preview over here. Now currently we're not going to enter anything in the prompt because it is already given by us. Okay, what are we going to do is click on get answer and see if we are getting the answer that we have given in the completion API body, and that is what the response we are getting back. So this is how we have successfully linked. On a click of button, we are calling the particular API, completion API as your function, executing that on the chat API or OpenAI's API, getting the response, saving it in a variable, and then printing that variable over here. Okay, so over here you can see how easy it is. Without doing any single line of code, we have created this. Now all we need to do over here is we need to edit the prompt based on whatever the user types in over here. Okay, so that we will complete in the next video. So we'll modify the prompt and we'll see whatever the user types and he clicks on the answer. This prompt goes into the ChatGPT API and gets me the answer from there. Okay, stay tuned for the next video.